What up? And welcome to another episode of From the Script to the Screen, Fire Force Edition. Episode 8 of Season 3 is out now. So as always, you guys already know, gotta give a shout out to the creator, Atsushi Ohkubo, and studio, David Productions. Another laid-back episode, but something that I wasn't mad at because we did get a lot of information. They covered chapters 200, 1, and 2 of volume 23, and a pretty laid-back episode. Going off of last week, we were left with that little surprise of seeing Hibana's old teacher, Sister Sumari, still alive and well. Somebody that she thought was no longer with us since it was believed that she passed away in the fire. We know that Hibana was here to investigate the cause for that fire and to find out what exactly was going on behind the scenes. We know that when you're young, a little kid, you might be oblivious to what's really going on around you. So now that she's older, she's going back. And just like Sister Sumari says, her being so intuitive, she finally puts it together and realizes that at the orphanage, they were running experiments. Just like we saw with Rika and just the evangelists in general, they've been implanting people with bugs to try to figure out who would have an Adola burst, who would be able to become a pillar. Which definitely lets us know that Sister Iris is acknowledged as a pillar. And so to make things even crazier, Sister Sumari basically confirms how she's more than 250 years old. She was around for the first time the Great Cataclysm occurred, but that the pillars at that time weren't strong enough to fully pull it off. But this time around, since she's been at it for so long, we see that she appears to be more prepared. And we also get confirmation that she's the 7th pillar. So we get a quick glimpse into some of her power and the fact that she's able to cause vibrations so strong that they appear as earthquakes. So she's definitely not to be taken lightly. Even though we've gotten confirmation that the doppelgangers are basically your counterparts in this Adola universe, there's still no real information on what the Adola universe is. And so Sister Sumari doesn't really decide to give that answer yet. And right at that point, we see that Hibana's assistant steps in and they're able to get away. So while she's still trying to process everything that's going on, for the last couple minutes of the episode, it is more lighthearted, and we get shifted to Arthur, who's processing the events of the last battle. Even though he should be proud of what he did, we know that he's not satisfied with the results. And so after talking with Vulcan, they decide to try to make him some new weapon. Vulcan knowing that his strength is going to be necessary to try to win the battles up ahead. But it somewhat backfires on him because we know that Arthur, who is very gullible, I'll say, was supposed to follow this plan that Vulcan had laid out for him. Backfires and he decides to go to the Nether. My favorite panel of the week. Because it was very funny to read at the time. Even though Arthur can seem a little bit crazy, his intentions are pure, and we do know that he just wants to protect the people. So you can't be mad at him. So we'll have to see what waits for them in the Nether. But as always, let me know what you guys thought about the episode. And to the manga readers, let me know what you guys thought about the adaptation. Till next time. Peace.